Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. Last night on WWE's edition of Monday Night Raw, we have a new number one contender for Seth Rollins' WWE Universal Championship, and that is AJ Styles. AJ Styles was honestly, in my opinion, the biggest name that was moved during the WWE Superstar Shakeup. I know that last night, right before Monday Night Raw, there was some minor changes named to a lot of the things that was going on in WWE. My boy, Andreas Almas, who was moved from SmackDown to Raw, was moved back to SmackDown. A lot of people thought that was because of Charlotte and his relationship, and them not wanting to break them up and put them on different brands. WWE trying to be more thoughtful of the wrestlers and trying to move them around to where they can keep their lifestyles and not trying and break up relationships. In the past, there was a lot of finger pointing at WWE that they were trying to break up relationships, that they weren't trying to have the wrestlers be involved with each other, putting Kidman on one brand, putting Tori on another brand, and they did that to a lot of wrestlers, just trying to maybe not make anybody feel special or anybody feel like they're getting the shaft because they're not on the same show as their significant other. But one way or another, I think Andre Cien Almas is going to rise to the top. Hopefully it's going to be sooner than later. You can look at the bright side. I thought maybe, SmackDown put up a fight saying basically they had bigger plans than Raw did, and that's the reason why he was moved back. But in my opinion, I think that, AJ Styles being the biggest name moved, jumping right into a main event match at the next pay-per-view, Money in the Bank, going up against Seth Rollins is not only going to be a treat to the wrestlers or to wrestling fans. I think that honestly this is going to be right up there with the Money in the Bank match itself. This is a dream matchup that, as far as I can think of, we've never seen before. I think at the time that these guys were on different brands, I think AJ was always on SmackDown, Rollins was always on Raw. These are the first times that they're put together. AJ Styles being moved from SmackDown to Raw, I think definitely does stamp Monday Night Raw as once again being the A show. I know that always the writers that they put on Raw, as well as, Vince going over the scripts and changing everything, Monday Night Raw always looks like it has a really good roster, and things end up being a little screwy. They bring a lot of sort of entertainment angles instead of basing it on wrestling, and I think that's how SmackDown, even though they have the lesser roster at first, builds stars and makes those shows that people really want to see if that's what they care about, is the wrestling. So, Rollins versus AJ, honestly, in my opinion, is a very hard match to pick. The one thing that I'm sort of hoping for is that right now it's sort of babyface versus babyface with Rollins versus Styles. I'm hoping to see AJ maybe take that turn and become the, I guess you can say, heel or bad guy of this feud, because of the fact that I think that AJ Styles, when he is a babyface, I think he goes out and does wrestle the best matches on the on the SmackDown brand, as well as on the pay-per-views. But I think he has a more memorable character that he's able to show that darker side. I'm not going to go all out and hope that we get like Bullet Club or even the Club style of AJ Styles that was going up against John Cena, or what was going on in New Japan. But I think him having that darker side would bring a lot. Definitely, Seth Rollins has been having the best matches in WWE for at least the last, probably I would guess, 6 months. And now, being able to go up against a guy like AJ Styles, a feud that, more than likely I think we can hope for is going to go for a program of about 3 pay-per-views, would be really fun, even though I think somewhere along the way, I don't know the month, Brock Lesnar is going to be getting his rematch. So that's the one reason why I'm not picking Seth Rollins to lose the championship at Money in the Bank. I'm picking Rollins to get the win over AJ. I'm hoping that they go in and it's just sort of a singles one-on-one match. We do get to see the darker side of Styles after he loses and sort of sees that Rollins is going to be the man of Monday Night Raw. And that's sort of like when the darker side comes out, where he is showing what he has to do to get that championship, because he wants to prove that he is the main attraction of Monday Night Raw. And that's sort of what we can build to match number 2 as well as match number 3 of this feud. So Money in the Bank, the Money in the Bank match itself, better look out, because I think we have a true main event for this show.